Hello Internet Dwellers, and welcome back to Bit by Block, the show that recreates famous movie and television locations inside of Minecraft just for fun. I am your host, Jeff Bell, and welcome back to yet the start of another great movie build. That's right, as you can see by the title and the thumbnail of this here episode, we are building the McAllister house from Home Alone. Yes, I know, we're building another house. Again. In this neighborhood. But I guarantee and I promise that after this build is finished, we're going to take a break from some houses and we're going to move back over to the New York area. Maybe do something else as a one-off. I haven't decided yet, but just rest assured we will not always just be spending the rest of the series in the house district. So yes, let us just move right on with this build. I decided that because it's getting to be Christmas, at least for those of us who do celebrate Christmas, I wanted to do something Christmassy. I wanted to do a Christmas house. I did the Camp Crystal Lake for Halloween way over there in the distance. I'm pointing at a tree, like know where things are in relationship to each other. It's out there. But because we did that for Halloween, I wanted to do something special for Christmas, and the first thing that popped in my head was the McAllister house. So, what did I do? I know you're questioning. You're like, wait a minute, did we miss something here? What is this? I wanted to make sure that this build did not go like our Family Ties house build. I wanted to do a little pre-planning because there will be some work done on the inside of the house, just like this one. But because it is just as equally important on the inside as it is on the outside, I wanted to make sure that we got everything right the first time so we didn't have to waste a lot of time. So I did a bunch of pre-planning. What did that entail? Well, first off, I did something that nearly broke my game, which is I moved the, because you see, so this is how the sidewalk over here was, where it's just one block of grass between the curb and the sidewalk. I wanted to move it so it was two, and that nearly just broke everything. Just to select this open area and the Simpsons house, nearly broke everything. So I did that. I moved the street down because this was actually a lot closer to there, because I might one day just go back and build the Flanders house just for fun, not on an episode. So I was just kind of just organizing some things out, and I also figured out what the scale of this house was going to be by using this. So the big thing for this, again, the issue we fell into with the Family Ties house was I need to make sure that whatever the size is or the scale is of this house, that we can take into account that there's going to be an outside wall and an inside wall. So I kind of built this really basic structure. The house itself is actually a mirror image. It is the same on the left hand side as it is on the right hand side, splitting it about or actually pretty much the front door. There's just some minor differences, the kitchen, the back, and all that stuff, but the general shape of the building is like that. So by structuring off this one side, I was able to figure everything out, and I'm happy with what we've got here. I kind of like what's going on. This was all just mock-ups. It's not going to be wood and sponge. This was just so I knew what was going on. I have found blueprints online of the house. The tricky thing is if you are following along and you want to find your own blueprints online, when you look up the Home Alone house, be careful, because somebody actually designed a version of the house that you could build. That version is not the version that's in the film. It is kind of a modern, or it would be more or less like this in real life type thing, not what the house is, and I don't want that. So I was able to find an actual blueprints of the house. I have a ton of screenshots I'm going off of, so basically we're just going to get going on this. And then but once I figured out this, then I figured the more boring aspect stuff, like this will get replaced later, but just where the driveway was and where the house kind of fits into the area, I just wanted to block out that sort of thing, so we were building everything correctly. You didn't miss much. It was just a lot of boring planning stuff. So for those of you who know the movie, you understand what this looks like. It's weird because they have this kind of front curvy like driveway, this front approach that comes right up to the front door. That's where the vans are in the beginning of parts 1 and 2, and then they have the normal driveway. This feels very added on. I feel like that wouldn't be actually in the house, especially since it does curve like this. It curves weirdly, kind of just normal curve, and then it just kind of goes to the driveway, and then you come out. It's messed up. Anyways, I wanted to do that all off camera, and then I figured out where the middle is, and then where our two sides are, and then where the property line is. So this fence represents the edge of the property. So everything's going to fit in this square, and from what I did as a start of a mock-up, it looks pretty dang accurate. So I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. So what do I need for pieces? Let's just get right on into this. Red nether brick. Huh. I wonder if I could use that. We are going to use, you know what, we're going to grab, not the monster eggs, we're going to grab you. And you know what, we're going to use nether brick. We are going to use a nice dark brick for this build, just to help. Okay, so real quick, I just want to take a gander. I'm not going to keep coming back and forth between this, but I just want to make sure that we get off on the right foot, just so I know what we're doing. So the first layer here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 in the corner. Beautiful. So let's start doing. The house is actually raised up by about a block. I think, or actually it's 2 blocks. It's not perfectly level. Oh, actually, hold on. This needs to be... Oh, wait, that's, okay, so that's the front door. Maybe we'll, you know what we're going to do? We're going to start here. We're going to start in the middle and work our way one half, and then I will duplicate the other half off camera. So this is our door. Our door is right there. I believe it's going to be 2 blocks high. Front porch going up, I believe, is what I ended up deciding on. So, what did I, crap, what did I do? I counted the wrong end here. So, what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4... and then that starts. Brilliant. So it's 4 over. The measurements of the house, I do have all those kind of planned off as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll actually do that. So that's the front foyer. So again, just for those of you following at home, 2, 3. Yes, 3. 3, and then that. So that's the front foyer that happens in the movie. I'll do this so you guys understand. We will do 2. If it's not 2, then I can always come back. So that's that. Now we're going to continue on with... Oh, man. I did all this pre-planning, and I'm so particular. I want to make sure that it's all correct. I don't want us to have to redo it. So what we just did is 1, 2, 3, and 4 for that wall. And then we do 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 3. Okay, dokie. And then we cut back by a couple. So let's just go ahead and come in here. So we did that, and then 1, 2, and then that's going to be the 1, 2 for the first window, 1, 2 for the middle, 1, 2 for the second window, 1, 2, and 3. Yep. And then we're going to come back. I believe I ended up doing 3, about 3, and then this should just go all the way to there, and then this is where it turns. This was just so I knew the edge. So that is the first part of the house. It does look huge. It is a big house. It really is. Once you start looking at this place, it's a very giant house. But that is that. So, okay, one more time. Sorry, I know I keep going back and forth here, but I want to make sure. What we're going to do today's episode is we're going to get the foundation of the house in, possibly the first floor walls in, possibly up the second floor, because it is pretty much just a shell. It's a flat out structure, or just flat out shell. And then, we'll end the episode today with the outside of the house done. Then next time we'll go inside, and then we'll spend an episode dedicated to interior work and maybe just the attic. There's definitely an attic. I'm not going to do the basement, mostly because I don't have a deep enough floor yet. I am working on that. After this series build, I am planning on rebuilding my world and bringing everything up, because the build that I want to do after Christmas requires us to dig down deep. So yeah, that needs to happen. All right, so it is going to be 2 steps up. So this is technically like where the brick would start, is like that. So 2 up, and make sure that, so I went back 3, yep. And then this should be, what did I count before? So starting there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the corner starts. Let's double check to make sure that I did that. If I did do that correctly, then we are golden. So 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Brilliant. It is done correctly. Okay, so we have this part done. This is, and like I said, it will be 2 blocks wide. Like I said, I'm going to do this one side here, and then we will go on, and then off camera, I will build the rest of it. All right, so what we have here, so that is our front door, 1, 2, which I might replace that with a different texture, so it's not just brick. This is here. So then we do 1, 2. What did I count? So if I count this 1, 2, 1, 2 for that, 1, 2. Oh wait, no, I did 3 down here. Sorry, like that. Yes, I had to. So this was what I struggled with the most with this build, was trying to take into account that there's going to be an inside wall here. So like this is going to be one thickness of a wall, the other thickness is going to be here. So really in the inside, it's just one open space. You can kind of see it over there. It's one space, 2 windows, 2 for a wall, 2 windows, 1 space, and then the wall is going to be here. So I was just trying to keep that into account while I was building this. I also struggled a little bit on this side because these windows are actually a little off, and they favor this side. I'm not doing that for this build. I'm actually favoriting this side so that way we could have a wall in here without having the windows right on the wall. This is all boring crap that nobody cares about, but it is what I just need to inform you of. So, right, so that is the start of the half. Yeah, don't worry about that. So these will go, the way that this house is designed, the way this is designed is that the windows of this house are pretty much almost come straight down, at least on the front part, almost come straight down to this lip right here. And then this is, so just so you guys are following along, this is the ground floor. This is the inside of the house. Obviously, that's why we built it up too. So here's the floor. So the floor is going to be right here, which means we're going to have to replace this with something else, and I will figure out what exactly at a later date. Okay, now what we have here for the side, so now we're into uncharted territory. Now I haven't quite figured out all of this. Basically what this building is it's a long rectangle here that stretches out for a little bit of a bathroom or a closet in the back here underneath the stairs. We have the living room on this side, which stretches out just about the same amount with a fireplace in it, and then we have the smaller family room here. It's kind of a tiered structure, so if that's 12, we figure that's 12, and then that's 1. So okay, so this room right here is double its length as it is its width. So we are going to figure out, I'm sorry I say so a lot. It's just kind of a habit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's figure out what 18 blocks looks like deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that is deep. I should have kept track of how deep. I did figure out the stairs system. I tried figuring that out just to see. You know what? That doesn't look too bad. Oh, it looks really deep though, doesn't it? But again, there's going to be a whole inner wall. So you know what? I'm okay with that. Let's come out back this way, and this lines up with that wall. Just pretend like there's an inner wall here. That is going to be about the same. So we did 3 blocks here. So then what happens is this middle section juts out. We did 3 here. It looks like it's about the same style here. So we're going to do 3 there. And then that means this just comes all the way across like so to you. Again, pretend that there's something there. And then there is a little bathroom, which we're going to do because we need to, so the inside wall is going to be here. There's a wall here, 1, 2. So let's come out 4 because then, I don't have any. Let's do a wool here just so that I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. And the inside here, though, there's going to be a wall here, and then, ooh, that's only a 2. Oh, but it is only supposed to be a very narrow bathroom. It would be like a toilet and like a sink, and that's all that's actually supposed to be in this room. So you know what? That is perfecto. I'm okay with that. And now this stretches all the way to you and then comes back down to there. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to build these supports since we are not building the basement. This is just easier to kind of visualize what everything's going to look like, and this is going to come out. Yeah, I think that's going to come out to 2. And this one's got to come out to at least there, and then not there, that one right there. Do 2, just like that. Yeah, because there's like a little mini room here, and then it steps out, and there's a little bit of a gap or a lip on both sides. This is a clear through. It matches it here, which then this goes all the way there, just like that. Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, I think this looks good. This looks good. I'm happy with this so far. Okay, now on this side. this is going to go back here. And I'm going to finish this part off camera in just a second, but let me get the start of this section. So this is going to go all the way there, and then there is, so this is technically under stairs here, and then this is the steps that go up. So it's going to be, I think, there. Maybe we'll put it there. Maybe we'll just give it a little extra space just to be like, yay, into the kitchen. Because then this is the kitchen, which then means you are, you know, we're gonna give a gap there. Yeah, because this is the entire, oh man, that's a huge flippin' dining room. Maybe this is a little bit too deep. We'll wait and see. So then there's that, and then there's a door there, and then, all right, I will, actually, you know what, before we keep going, let me go, I'm gonna go ahead and finish copying this side over on this side, and I will be right back. Okay, and now that's done. Now I know, before you go ahead and freaking out, I might have done a little bit more than I expected to, but I wanted to get us to a point where you can see what's going on. So what I did, I finished the 2 bricks up all the way around the outside. I placed where, just gaps right at the moment where the windows are going to go. I finished off the brickwork on this side of the house, because this side of the house is pretty much done. Save for this wood just coming out the back of the house here. There is a fireplace right here in the middle of this room, which we will go ahead and deal with later, just not right now. And then this is the kitchen. So this is the part of the house that does not meet what the rest of this looks like. I also went through and just for the time being placed down wooden floors to kind of just fill in all of these gaps. This is obviously these will be replaced here more than likely with this. In the near future. I just wanted to, I'm just going to put these here for now so we just keep in track of what's going on. And then I popped in these guys so you know where the doorways are going to be going into each of these rooms. Now the cool thing about this house, you actually can stand on this side because it's kind of it's the old school kind of like 1930s, 1940s-esque. Could be a little bit earlier, might be the 20s. Actually, this is very much so based on like more of an 1800s style or 1700s style colonial house. Doesn't matter. I am not an architect, just from what I know. But the way that this house is set up is that there's windows that go straight on this side and then all the way on the opposite side here. And there's doorways that walk into each of these rooms. So you can just stand on one side of the house and clearly see through all the way to the other end. It's kind of nice just because it makes things a little more even and balanced. So once you get it on one side, it's easier to get it on the other. Okay, now with all that finished and said and done, let's move on. What's going to be here in the future is that we're going to have the staircase, which will be 2 bricks wide. There's going to be technically a gap here in the middle, just all the way through. But these 3 are going to be open for people to get through on this. The stairs are going to probably start about here, go up about 2/3 of the way, maybe a little bit more than that. Then there's a landing that turns here, and then there's basically just a step up onto the next floor. We'll figure that out once we figure out how high these floors are going to be, which we'll build that and all that later. Right now, we're moving on to the kitchen. So this is the living room, that's the family room, this is the dining room where Kevin blows the feathers onto Harry when he walks through the door after he gets his face full of saran wrap and all that fun stuff. There is a door. I'm pretty much planning the door to be, I think, about here. So where's my wool? So this is just the temporary stuff like we did before. So there's gonna be a door right there. So I believe I'm gonna probably put a door there, leave that as a gap. These are kind of, I don't technically think these are even in the movie, but I want to make them even. And actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do 2 in on that side as well. 2 in. Oh, shite. Wait, so no, the wall's actually gonna be there. Okay, so let's just figure this out right now. So this is gonna be too thick here because I need this to be. This does not the walls aren't gonna be inside. The walls are gonna be falling on this. So this is the inside walls. So they're gonna be like this. Might as well go ahead and plan this so you guys can understand what I'm thinking, what I'm talking about. So there's one there, there's one there, there's one like this, and then that comes out. We fill that in, that comes into there like so. This is gonna finish being filled. So actually we should probably move that over. Yes, because the doors are there. That's a thick enough. Oh, but that means so that, yeah, because I don't want to have to make this room any tinier than it already is getting by doing all of that. So the kitchen door is going to need to be here. So then that way we can do this. And that's the door. So this is the inside of the kitchen. Yes, like so. The kitchen. Blah, blah. Yeah, okay. That's, yes, like that. so much work. It's so much work. It's not even funny. This is going to go all the way solid back here like that. Okay, well, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and we're just going to have to go ahead and finish it. That's going to be okay. That's going to be okay. So then this comes out here. You're going to go there. Da 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 da. Yeah, cute. Okay. Come all the way down here. And then so you're only one thick. So then you come here. So everything stays balanced. See, this is where those half slabs would have been great, but or half vertical slabs. But yeah, we all know well how we all know how well that went over there. So we're not going to bother doing that on this. So it's going to be like that. And this is actually still a pretty dang big room. I mean, when you think about it, and the fireplace is going to be right there on those 2 blocks. It might be 4 blocks wide just to kind of fill that wall because there's no windows there. It's just a fireplace. So, but you saw the fireplace in part 2. That's the beginning when Buzz is all like, ladies and gentlemen of the jury and all that fun stuff. So my prank was immature and ill-timed. So anyways, there is, okay, that's all the walls on the inside. See how much easier this was when I did pre-planning? Gosh, I did pre-plan more often. So those are all of our walls. I know that looks a little goofy right there, but you know, whatever. If this is a big deal, we can just do that. So that's that. Those are those walls. Yeah, and I'm kind of digging that. Actually, sorry, I got to get my blueprint back up just to make sure that we are looking at this correctly. That the whole thing might actually be a little bit too deep. I might have gone back a little bit too deep here. I'm going to know once we start building the staircase. And I wonder if maybe we should do that now before we build this, because however deep this wall goes is then the kitchen goes off. So the kitchen, just to give you like a little idea, the kitchen comes back here. There's a rear staircase here that goes upstairs. The kitchen comes probably another, so if we did that as 3, at least it's going to be 4. So the kitchen's come back to about here, and then it cuts over to about there, and then it goes up, and then it cuts over, and then it comes all the way back down here. So there's a big kitchen addition on there, but where that kitchen is kind of matters on this. So you know what we're going to do? We are going to do that. Let's figure out how deep, or maybe it's just, you know what? Maybe it's just that I made the dining room too deep. That might be it. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud and I'm trying to figure out, yeah, because you know what? That's connected there. So this wall here, over there, is going to come here. Yeah, I made the dining room too deep, too far back. So let's just grab you, and we're gonna grab you, and we are just going to move you to left, because the dining room is more square. The dining room is not as deep as the rooms on either side of it, or you know, like the foyer. It's not as deep as like this room. That looks a lot better. Yeah, I like that. Because all it needs is just the table in the middle, and then there's like a little cabinet right there. That's all it's supposed to be for. So, yeah, you know what? I like that better, which means in this can actually come back a little bit. Let us still build the stairs. You know what? I was not going to build the stairs in this episode. Let's go ahead and do it quickly. We got to blow through this really quick. Let's see. You know what? I'm just going to do a mock-up of them. I am not going to actually build the final stairs. Let's just at least get this in place so we know whether or not this is going to work. Now we're going to leave a gap here. Let's do 2 here. I don't care what those look like. Just do this and this. Yeah, this is already going to be man, I really wish I wrote down what I had and I figured out this dang stairs. Yeah, this is already too far back. I already see it. So if we do, all right, let's figure this out. So it's 1, 2, let's just, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is a nice height, and then on the 5th block, I could do, like, this is the ceiling in this room, right? Like that. I mean, it's still that's friggin' high. You know what? Nope, that's too high. That's too high. So if we come down to there, yes. So we do 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3 full blocks, and then on the 4th block we can do a half a slab, because then we can do like a half a slab on this or whatever we want to do on the 2nd floor. So that's the top part of this, and then the upstairs, just for example, would be this. So that's the upstairs floor. So we have, because I could technically, if I really wanted to, it could be down that low for this floor. So then it's 3 blocks, and then the roof is on the 4th one. But I kind of like doing something along those lines just to give us a little more headroom. And that's still a big, grand room. So what this needs to do is, so this can go up 1 more block. There's a method to my madness. Hold on. So that can go up 1 more block. So that's reaching that part. And then there is a landing for 2 blocks that comes all the way over to the other wall, which we will just pull up here so you can see what we're doing, like so. And then there is, which already, this wall should technically be right here. Oh, but that means that's going to make my dining room tiny too. Because then what happens is there is a stair here that goes up 1 step, and then then what we're doing is we're on the next floor. Like that's in line with the next floor. So 1 or 2 things can happen. So either that is done, like it's going to be there, which means that which means this outside wall is like this. It comes around here. So I had pre-planned this, and now I completely forgot everything I did. That's just great. So that's yeah. It looks goofy, but that is, if you watch the movie, that's exactly what they did. It's only an extra little step up. Maybe we just need to make that landing, turn, and then they're up, and they're up on the 2nd floor. I guess this is about. So I did 4 blocks there. You know what? Hold on. Let us go over here real quick. I'm going to just visit the Simpsons house. I'm not going to trust this house because that house is just a mess. So, what did I do? How high are my floors for the Simpsons house? We are just constantly revisiting the Simpsons house. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, and then the roof. And this feels like the right height, right? That feels correct. So that's what we're gonna do. It's 4 blocks high. Technically, the room is 4 blocks high, and then the next room. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the next room starts 1, 2, 3. 4, and then it's a little taller, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. No, on the 4th. Oh, but not counting the floor. 5. Yeah. So it's always 5 blocks. It's 5 blocks, and the 5th block is the floor. Yep. All right. So that's what we're doing. Let's go back over here. Isn't this fun? Now you gotta be like me. You gotta figure out all this crap ahead of time, and I don't, and then I just feel like an idiot. So, all right, what we have here then is exactly what we did in the Simpsons house. We have the 5th, so 1 is the floor, and then the wall is 1, 2, 3, and then 4 with the room's roof on the top part of that slab. So then the next floor can just start right there, like so. So yes, this is the correct. That's the correct staircase. Now maybe it is supposed to be right around the corner like this. But I do kind of like, sorry, I just stopped talking. But that will make my dining room a lot smaller. So maybe what we do is we just push this whole thing back 1. Give me you. Just slide it back so it's a little bit further away from that. And maybe, no, I like the actual stairs. The stairs feels right. And that, do we only do 2? Maybe we do 3 for this. This landing is pretty dang big. So maybe we will do 3. Like so. And then, I fell! And then this is actually the back wall of the house. Not this wall, this wall. But that just means that everything has to slide where... Oh, come on. Fingers stopped working pretty soon here. So that just means that I am 3 blocks off. So we just slide. Oh, you know what we're going to do? Screw it. That's going to stay there. This other side is just going to be 3 blocks. Yeah. We're going to do that. Screw it. I don't care. Oh man, I already built that. That's going to mess all that stuff up. All right. Well, who cares? Just give me you and then move 3 right. Huh? Okay. Back wall. Yes. And then, okay, so then we got to figure out, boy, there's a mess of things here. So if this is this here, give it 2, which means the doorway needs to be there, which is still fine because the bathroom door is like, well, it's right in the middle. So it's there. Yeah, actually, that is perfectly okay. I'm happy with that. And then that's the stairway up there. Beautiful. This looks like a mess, but don't worry. We'll deal with this later. I don't know why I'm filling that in. I just feel like it. Okay, so that's the stairwell. That's the stairwell going in. You know, we're cheating it a little bit. We're pushing it back a little further, but that just gives us a nice big landing. And then this comes up like this, and we're on the 2nd floor. Brilliant. Brilliant. So that is where we're at right now. So I was just a little bit too deep, which is fine because actually that does look a little... This feels a little more realistic for the size of these rooms. I guess these rooms were kind of getting a little giant. And then that's my dining room. I mean, my dining room could come in a little shallower, and maybe it's still a little bit too deep. That's 15. So it's the width plus a couple. You know what? Good enough for the dining room. All right, so then these back parts can actually be built off the kitchen. We are running long on this episode. You know what? Let me go ahead and build the kitchen foundation real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, and that's done now. We are moving, cranking along. I'm sorry that a lot of this has been off camera, but just to keep these episodes moving and keep them going, and this is a lot of the same stuff that you already saw me do, that's why I'm not hugely concerned. So what we have over here is we actually have the there's like a sunroom, green room over here. The depth of this is pretty much in line where oh, you know what, we could probably actually move that back a little bit. This room is supposed to be about the same size as that room, so maybe off camera I might actually just shift all of this down, or you know what, not off camera, let's just screw it, we're doing it live. Let's go ahead and just cut this. Move 1. Let's just move 1 back. There we go. Yeah, that's a little better. Little narrower, and you know, the more we work, the better, I guess. That looks pretty good. That's nice open area. So what there is, and just again to recap what's going on here. So what we have here, again, we have the kitchen. This is the dining room coming in here. The 2 doors on both sides. There's an extra door that goes underneath the staircase here. This is the dining room area, or the breakfast nook. There's going to be a staircase that's right here. Also, that's where the staircase going into the basement is. The dining room table is about through here, and then over here is the kitchen, which has got the like a little bit of the breakfast nook, and then the countertops, and then that's the back door leading outside, and then the window, some counters going all the way around to over here, and yeah, that's it. And then that's the back door outside. So this is the first floor. I'm not going to build the walls up in this episode. I'll have those done by the time we get around to the next episode, just so we can keep moving. And I guess we're actually doing okay, we're splitting these up a little differently than I anticipated. So next time, we will worry about the 2nd floor, get that taken care of and in place. Or maybe perhaps, you know what we're going to do? By next time, I will have the outer shell done. We'll figure out the inside walls of the 2nd floor, and we'll get the roof on the next episode, so then the entire outside is done. And then we can just concentrate on the inside. We'll take the inside a little slower this time around, and doing some details and, you know, some cool things like that. So, okay, we're not going to just leave it all to off-camera work like we did on Family Ties. All right, so as we said, that is the first floor for the Home Alone house. We will work on floor 2 and the attic next time. And yeah, with that, you know, just make sure that you don't leave any of your children behind when you go out for anything simple like milk, or somehow afford to fly your family to Paris. What does Kevin's dad do? He like robbed a bank, didn't he? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Hello, Internet dwellers, and welcome back to Bit by... Starting over again. Don't know why I'm singing the wedding march thing. That's kind of creepy. As we are standing, that is the the Flirst 4. I need to start drinking before I do these, I think.